Story time. So, I work in the construction industry, and I'm the guy that drives the crane. Keep that in mind. We're gonna circle back around to that later. So, the company I work for, we do a lot of crane rental, and that means that our cranes are largely mobile. So, they drive down the road, and so the other day, I was on the way to a job site, and we got a call that said push it off for an hour. So I sat around and waited around the yard for another hour, which is fine. It happens all the time. So I pull up the job site a little early because I didn't wait an hour. I waited like 40 minutes, and that's also normal for me. And when I got there, nobody seemed like they was in a terrible hurry, and the truck with the pieces wasn't there. So I waltz around and figure out where I have to set the crane up, talk to the customer, and then I set the crane up, and we sit there for 2 hours. It was forever. And on a normal day, we get all the rigging out, and it's typically up to me to put it back up. It's every day. It's not out of the ordinary. So, on this particular day, I suppose I should say at this point in the story that the company I work for writes on all of their job tickets that they're not responsible for rigging. And that means that it's out of the sheer goodness of our hearts that we have gracefully brought this customer some rigging that's sort of versatile and does most things. If they want a rigger that brings rigging, then they have to pay another $100 an hour. So, anyway, back to the story. We get done, right? We're set a vault for a splash pad, and we set the lid on it, and we get done, and they tie up my shackles, which is nice. That's not normal. Typically, people don't do that. And they throw my straps over the outrigger. Boom. That's also normal. Nobody rolls my straps up. Anyway, the part that's out of the ordinary on this day was one of the crew came over and he told me that he would have helped me wrap those straps up if I hadn't paraded around like I was better than everybody else. And that caught me kind of off guard, especially since I hadn't even spoken to this guy yet today or any other day. Never met him. And for him to be so offended at me walking around in the yard seems odd to me. Anyway, this caught me off guard, so I thanked him. And I think that caught him off guard, so he called me sir. And then I thanked him again and he left. And I got to thinking about this, because this is a strange accusation that I parade around better than everybody else, because I really don't feel like I do. I think I'm a pretty normal guy, and the way in which I conduct myself, I think, is perfectly average. I really have no idea. My wife says that I walk with an ease about me after I told her this story. But anyway, I got to thinking about this, and I damn sure hope that I'm better than him. I hope that I'm better than a large part of the community, because if I'm not, then I need to go and sit in my mother's basement and play video games and make a MySpace account and cover myself in Cheeto dust. Because I'm no good to the community. Somebody else would have my job. If I'm not better than people, then somebody else would have my wife. Someone else would have my child. Someone else would have my collection of classic cars and motorcycles. If I'm not better than people, then someone else would have my bank account. And I would just have a bag of Cheetos. Like, you know, it's kind of interesting. I hope I'm better. I really do. But that doesn't put a cap on anybody else. And I hope that everybody else sees the opportunity and improves themselves, because that's what we're all out here for. If we're not improving ourselves, then we're moving backwards because of inflation and other things. It's not hard either. You can start by washing the dishes. It's amazing how good washing the dishes makes you feel. And then you just look around and you start to do things that you can do with the tools that you have. And pretty soon, you have bigger and better tools. And you can do bigger and better things to improve yourself and the people around you. Hey, a really funny theory that some people have, I'm one of these people, is that if I don't have any money, then I can't help anybody. And so that means that I have to improve myself to the point where I have surplus wealth to improve other lives. That starts with my wife and my baby. So, hope this helps y'all. And don't hate on people for being better than you. Just be like them. Y'all have a blessed day. Love y'all.